Inside Atlas, the 51-meter super yacht that turned Bali into a backyard. Picture this. You're on a small tender in the Maldives, or off Phuket, bouncing over warm water toward a line of yachts at anchor. Most of them look similar, nice but forgettable. Then one silhouette just dominates your field of view. Long, lean, bright white, with a high bow, wide stern, and a sun deck crowned by a jacuzzi. Somewhere on board that 51-meter yacht is a single number that makes even a luxury hotel bill look cheap. I'll come back to that toward the end. For now, welcome back to Luxury Living Detective. Today we're stepping aboard Atlas, a 51-meter Codicasa motor yacht built in Italy in 2011, and recently a familiar sight in the Indo-Asia-Pacific playground, from Thailand to the Maldives and Bali. Atlas is a perfect example of what I'd call a quiet heavyweight. Not the biggest yacht in the anchorage, but one that serious yacht people instantly clock and respect. A 51-meter Italian classic with global ambitions. On paper, Atlas is all about balanced numbers. She measures about 51 meters in length, roughly 167 feet, with a beam of 9.5 meters and a draft around 3 meters. That adds up to roughly 619 gross tons of internal volume, spread over 3 main decks, plus a generous sun deck. In normal language, she's big enough to feel like a private ship, but still compact enough to sneak into those dream anchorages and island bays. She rides on a full-displacement steel hull with an aluminum superstructure and teak decks, built by Codicasa in Viareggio. The exterior design and naval architecture come from the yard's in-house team, which gives Atlas that clean, almost minimalist profile. Long, straight, sheer line, vertical-ish bow, big windows, and a classic white hull that will still look good 20 years from now. Inside, the decor is by Della Roll Design, with a style that mixes warm woods, soft neutrals, and subtle detailing. It feels expensive without screaming about it. Guest-wise, Atlas is set up for around 12 guests in 6 cabins. A full-beam master on the main deck with its own study, a VIP, doubles and twins that can handle families and friends, plus extra Pullmans when you really want to load up. Behind the scenes, about 11 crew keep everything moving. Captain, officers, engineers, stewards, chefs, deckhands, the whole invisible hotel staff that turns money into a seamless experience. Power, range, and the way Atlas moves. Underneath that polished Italian exterior, Atlas is a serious traveler. She's powered by twin Caterpillar 3516B diesel engines, each delivering roughly 2,450 horsepower. Together, they push her to a top speed around 17.5 knots, with a comfortable cruising band near 14 knots. That doesn't sound crazy on paper, but for a 51-meter full-displacement steel yacht, it's exactly the sweet spot. Quick enough to reposition overnight, calm and solid enough that champagne stays in the glass. At her efficient cruising speed, Atlas has the range to cover around 6,400 nautical miles on a full set of tanks. In real terms, that's transatlantic territory, or a full season of bouncing between Thailand, Indonesia, and the Maldives without constantly worrying about fuel docks. Stabilizers keep her level both underway and at anchor, so whether you're on the sun deck or in the main saloon, the motion stays in the relaxing rock zone rather than the why did I eat that much sushi zone. From my point of view, this is the magic of Atlas. She's not just a marina showpiece. The hull, engines, and range numbers tell you she was built to actually go places. And you can see that in her recent history in the Indo-Asia-Pacific region. This is a boat that treats Bali, Phuket, and the Maldives like different corners of the same backyard. Life on board, sun deck jacuzzi, elevator, and a serious toy garage. Numbers are nice, but they don't tell you what it feels like to live on board. Start at the very top. Atlas has a broad sun deck with a jacuzzi forward, surrounded by sun pads, loose furniture, and an open-air bar. This is where the "I can't believe this is real" moments usually happen. Long, lazy afternoons, sunset cocktails, midnight hot tub sessions under the stars. You're high above the water, with 360-degree views and just enough distance from the rest of the yacht that it feels like your own rooftop. Drop down a level, and you move into the bridge deck lounge and outdoor dining area. Big sliding glass doors open to an interior space that feels like an upscale penthouse. Generous sofas, large TV, bar, and just enough formal polish that a family dinner can become a black tie event if you feel like it. One detail I love is the elevator that connects the decks. It's a small luxury in theory, but in practice, it changes how people use the yacht. Kids, grandparents, guests in heels. Everybody moves freely without thinking about stairs. On the main deck aft, you get another big outdoor lounge that flows straight into the main saloon. Inside, Della Roll's interior goes for timeless rather than trendy. Rich woods, clean cabinetry, big windows, neutral fabrics, and just enough art and lighting to give the space character. Forward on this deck sits the full-beam master suite, with a study that can double as a private office or quiet reading room, plus a large ensuite bathroom with the kind of shower that makes your home setup feel like a gym locker. Down below, the guest cabins line the lower deck corridors, each with its own ensuite and plenty of storage. Further aft, a tender garage hides a serious toy arsenal, including a large chase tender, smaller boats, and diving gear with its own compressor. When Atlas drops anchor off a Thai island or a Maldivian atoll, that garage turns into the launch pad for everything. Snorkeling missions, dive runs, sandbar picnics, wakeboard sessions. The whole stern becomes a private beach club. Key specs. In plain English, and what it costs to keep Atlas alive. If you zoom out, Atlas is a 51-meter, steel-hulled Code-Casa with a 9.5-meter beam, around 619 gross tons of interior volume, twin Caterpillar 3516 B diesels, a top speed in the high teens, a comfortable 14-knot cruise, and a real-world range in the 6,000-plus nautical mile zone. She sleeps around 12 guests in 6 cabins and runs with roughly 11 crew. Financially, she plays in what I'd call the entry level of true super yacht wealth. Recent sale and brokerage chatter has put Atlas in the low €20 million range, and estimates for her current value sit in the neighborhood of $25 million. But as always, the sting comes from Chapter 2. Running costs. In the big yacht world, there's a brutal but accurate rule of thumb. Expect to spend about 10% of the yacht's value every year just to keep it alive. Apply that to a $25 million yacht, and you're staring at something like $2.5 million a year just in operating costs. That covers crew salaries, fuel, insurance, maintenance, yard time, paint, interior refreshes, and the endless list of small upgrades that are never actually small. If the owner actually uses Atlas 60 to 70 days a year, which is already generous at that money level, you're looking at a 6-figure daily burn rate. Narrow it down again, and every fully active hour on board lands comfortably in 5-figure territory. That's the number I teased at the start. Not the purchase price, but the invisible hourly cost of keeping this floating hotel open for business. Atlas versus the rest of the fleet. Atlas doesn't try to compete with 100-meter giants like Dilbar or Dubai on sheer size. Instead, she plays a smarter game in the 50-meter class. She's big enough to offer what really matters: a sun deck with a jacuzzi and bar, an elevator, a beach club-style stern with a serious, tender arsenal, a full-beam master with an office, a proper crew contingent, and genuine ocean-crossing range. At the same time, she's small enough to sneak into tight anchorages, keep docking options flexible, and sit in a different cost universe than the mega yacht monsters. What I like most about Atlas is the attitude. The design language says understated wealth rather than look at me. The layout is practical, the engineering is honest, and the vibe is less red carpet circus and more long-range family escape. It's the kind of yacht where you could spend a month moving slowly around Southeast Asia and actually remember the landscapes, not just the party photos. Your turn. Where would you point Atlas first? Now I want to bring you into the story. If someone handed you one fully paid week on Atlas and said, "Go wherever you want," what would your first move be? Would you point her straight at the Maldives and live between the sun deck jacuzzi and the dive gear for 7 days? Hug the coastline of Thailand and eat your way through beach towns while sleeping every night on board? Or would you tell the captain to just keep going and see how far that 6,400 nautical mile range can really take you? Tell me in the comments where you'd take Atlas first and who you'd bring with you. I read what you write, and your ideas help decide which yachts, jets, mansions, and luxury toys we break down next here on Luxury Living Detective. If this deep dive into Atlas gave you a clearer picture of what quiet super yacht wealth looks like, tap the like button so YouTube knows to send you more ultra-luxury breakdowns. And if you're new here and you love super yachts, private jets, mega mansions, and real billionaire lifestyles, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. If you want to go even deeper and support the channel at the same time, you can join the channel with the Join button and become part of our inner circle of luxury-obsessed viewers. And if this video made you dream bigger, or maybe laugh nervously at that 5-figure hourly burn, you can also use Super Thanks to directly support the channel and help us keep bringing you the wildest stories from the world of extreme luxury. Thanks for watching Luxury Living Detective. I'll see you in the next video, where we unlock another corner of the luxury universe that most people only ever see from far away.